Hey guys, it's Amber here. Welcome to my channel, Plan Aloud. And today, of course, is going to be a junk journaling page. I honestly just wanted to leave it all messy how I decided to prep for this page. So I'm gonna scoot everything to the side and we can get started. This is gonna be a junk journaling page to basically entail like my whole month for the month of January. January was incredibly tough for me. I was in tremendous pain majority of the month, so I couldn't junk journal. I barely wrote in my planner. There's some weeks that are just kind of sporadic, which I've never had like a incomplete planner up to this point, so I guess I have to let that facade to like kind of go away. So I wanted to create a page where I could look back and read about what actually happened during the month of January, since it was just so kind of treacherous. And I will explain everything as I put my page together. So these all came from all sorts of places. A lot of it came from some papers that I received from my son. He does origami, so he gave me some fun sheets. Also, when I went to Go Wild last year, this planner bag gave me a bunch of junk journaling things that I had no clue what to do with, and now I'm into junk journaling, so I think it kind of works out perfect. And then there's some things that I just have randomly accumulated, like this random old napkin, and owls are one of my favorite animals besides elephants. I kind of want it to be a little bit dark, a little bit light, because I am now like seeing the light at the end of that tunnel, which was, guys, it was terrible. I don't know if I want to cover my whole sheet. I wish I had darker paper, but I didn't have anything darker. Like, I wanted some dark stuff like this, just some random kind of stuff. And I think I'm gonna staple this so that it can kind of hang, because I'm not gonna create a pocket for this page. I don't, like, sometimes I create a pocket, sometimes I don't. I think, let's see, I think I'm gonna fold this one, and I'm gonna fold it like this, and then it's gonna pull down, and then I'm gonna write on this side. So I'm gonna save that, and then that's like the yellow, the brightness that came out of that darkness. So I think you guys have seen these books. I got these off of Temu, I believe that's how you pronounce it. And I am gonna use the coffin, because guys, I thought I was dying. It was bad. And I'm just gonna pull out some dark sheets. This is like all vellum, and this is the Depth of Silence, which I thought was kind of perfect. Like, lots of darkness. Grab some moons, a couple pages of moons. And then I also have these small ones. Like, this one is mostly florals, which I don't know if I want to use florals, but this sheet I do want to use. So I'm basically gonna like piece together. Let's pull this in. It's like me like kind of like seeing the light at the end of that tunnel, that dark, dark tunnel. Let's grab some brown. This cat in, I don't know if this like is like traditional garb for a ceremony, but that's pretty funny. Some of these pages are so wacky. I love it. I'm not gonna go through everything. Oh my gosh, this would be so fun to put down. I'm not gonna put it down though. I just want some dark pages. Man, that's how I felt. Like a wolf looking over the city. And then there's some more vellum in here as well. And I guess I'll just do like a yellow-y black theme. And then I also have these other pages, so maybe I can just kind of piece these together. I don't think I'm gonna use this. I don't think that's kind of right now. Let's just see. I love all these moon phases. I think they're so cool. I do still want to use this though, so let's just kind of rip some of it so I can use it, because I really do love the fans. I think this is a little bit too thick for what I want right now. And I don't even think I'm going to use all of this stuff, guys. I just don't. Okay. So I'm going to take my Tombow, and I guess I'll just explain, like all my videos at some point talk about how I was having like these back issues, but it turns out it was not back issues. Okay, starting at the beginning. January 1st, woke up not feeling the best. My back was hurting. I just thought nothing of it. I had worked the night before, and on the 2nd, oh my gosh, guys, everything was hurting. Like my lower abdomen was hurting, my back was hurting. I was like dizzy, kind of nauseous, just like not feeling, like myself, not feeling good, not feeling great. I went to urgent care, and I told him, I don't feel good. I honestly didn't know what was wrong. It was like my left hip, my abdomen, my lower abdomen, and yeah, and I also take note, it also felt very internal. Like that's the only way I could like truly describe it. It felt very, very internal, which I thought was weird. So they basically couldn't do anything. He just said, if you still feel awful, go to ER, the next day. So the next day, of course, I wake up and I'm in like blinding pain at that point. I go to the ER, they run all the tests, and they honestly can't figure out what's wrong with me. They swear up and down that I must have pulled a muscle, and that's why everything hurts. So they give me muscle relaxers, and they give me pain medication, and they send me on my way. So I'm doing stretches, and I'm trying to do the things to like make me feel good. You want to feel good. Everybody wants to feel good. So I'm trying to do the things to make me feel good, and literally nothing's helping. So a week later, I guess it was one of the nurses, they called and they said, hey, they left a voicemail, and it just said, I'm calling to check on you. Like, I'm not gonna say his name or anything, but he said, I'm from the ER, I'm just calling to check on you. So I didn't return the phone call. I was like, oh, whatever, he's just calling to check on me. It's not a big deal. So a couple more days go by, and I get a text message from, from CVS, and it's like, you need to come pick up your prescription. I'm like, why do I need to pick up a prescription? I hadn't been to the doctor. I hadn't heard from the doctor. It was almost a week later. The guy called me on the 10th. I got the text message on the 16th. So I was like, okay, I'll go pick up the medication. Try to go pick up the medication, and they're closed for lunch. Mind you, I'm still dealing with like all this pain. So I'm like laid up in the bed, laying around the living room, like doing all these weird things, stretching, and, you know, just honestly anything to, you know, try to make myself feel somewhat good. So then, it was a couple days later, I tried to go back to get the medication again. Again, they're closed for lunch. Don't ask me why I didn't check to see what time lunchtime was, since I went twice and lunch was being taken. So then I go back the third time, which is now the 23rd. So basically from the time he called me on the 10th to the 23rd, I technically have like a UTI festering in my system, unfortunately, you know. And I finally get the medicine, you know, and I go to, go to CVS, get my medicine. They tell me what it's for. At that point, I'm kind of freaked out. And I called the doctor's office, and they were like, oh yeah, you have a UTI. And I said, okay. And I tell them everything that I just told you guys about the guy and how he didn't even tell me to call back. He just told me, or he just left a message saying, you know, just checking in just to see how you are. Like, to me, that's not even, you know, a professional thing to say to somebody. If they are truly, you know, having really awful pain and you are doing a thorough checkup on them, you should have stated for me to call. I get it, the doctor, when they call you, you should probably call him back, but just because of what he said, I just was just like, oh, whatever. Kind of like blew it off. Yeah, that's my bad too. So I got this unfortunate, like, festering business happening, you know, and I'm just like, okay, this kind of sucks, but I take the antibiotics, and by the time I'm done with the treatment antibiotics, it's 7 days, I still don't feel good. Still do not feel good. So at that point, I say, okay, I gotta go back to the ER. Go back to the same ER, and they're like, okay, well, you're still having all this pain, and we got to check to see if you have kidney stones, kidney infection, all the jazz. So I'm like, oh no. I freak out. I've never had any major anything wrong with me. So that freaked me out, as I think most people would have been freaked out. I don't know how I'm gonna get this napkin. I don't know if this will work. It's so delicate. Okay, it's kind of working, guys. Give me a CT scan, and right when I say it's working, you see how when you speak too soon? But give me the things. They say I have a kidney infection now, and at this point, this is when the pain is honestly at its absolute worst. I have blinding pain that I kind of hit the ground on when I got out of the bed one day. That was the day before I went to the ER. I like kind of fell out of the bed. I couldn't even stand. It was so bad. I had a 10-day round of really high antibiotics to, you know, kill that. And, oh, you question, why didn't I go to my regular doctor? So get this. I had a different doctor's office. Well, guys, they stopped taking my medical. Just randomly. I had been with this doctor for like 6 years, and he stopped taking my medical insurance. So at that time, it was just like, you know, life was kind of hectic. So I was just like, whatever, I'll just put it off. Oh boy, I shouldn't have put it off. Guys, if you guys need a new doctor, get a new doctor. Don't put it off. I put it off. So now I'm like kind of in limbo. So my regular doctor is not taking my insurance. I have finally confirmed that I have a new doctor, but I can't see her until March. That's when, you know, it opens up for me basically to like see her. Just a hodgepodge of a mess, guys. That's all I can say. And so all that happened. And then after my last round of antibiotics, I had to go back to urgent care because of course I don't have a regular doctor, because I woke up the day after I finished my last round of meds and my back was still hurting. So that was like my ultimate fear, is like taking the antibiotics and still not feeling good. That concerned me a lot. So I went to the doctor. They said, all right, girl, you're good. We're not seeing anything strange in your blood. We're not, you know, they took my blood. They did all the things. They're like, we're not seeing anything abnormal. You're good. I said, are you guys sure I'm good? Because I'm like, at this point, I'm like scared. And they're like, no, you're actually good. You're actually really good. And I said, okay. So that is where I'm at right now. And I'm actually filming this on the day that I went to urgent care, where they said, girl, you're good. You are good. So finally, guys, I'm so happy. Like, thank goodness. Thank goodness. Because I wish this upon no one. No UTIs, no kidney infection, thank goodness. I didn't have, you know, any kidney stones or anything like that. Like, super thankful for that. It's just, I don't know if I really want to do that now. I think I'm gonna cut this. Because, okay, let's do that instead. So I'm gonna flip this over, and I'm gonna have it come from the top instead of the bottom. And I can't fold it because I've already put my like tape stuff on it. So it's gonna come down and over, and I'm gonna like write everything about, you know, the shenanigans. Maybe I could like create kind of like a little tie to like keep it together. I don't know. Maybe I should cut it in a fun decoration. Never done that before. Guys, I'm just trying stuff right now. I'm not even caring. Just trying some stuff. That's what this should be. Just kind of let the creative juices go wild. I'm just gonna cut these off. I think those scissors are too big. But yeah. And I do have to say, there were thoughts in my head like, what if this is what kills me? Because a kidney infection could be pretty serious. And I was like, do I really want to have to pass a kidney stone? Absolutely not. I hear they're terribly painful. I didn't want that for myself. My husband and son were troopers. Like, my husband did so much during the whole time. My son as well. They really catered to me, and I couldn't, even though they're gone like majority of the day, like when they were here, they were helping your girl out. It's very lovely to like know that when I was pretty much at my worst, and I had a nasty attitude too, on top of that, like, I have these guys that were just like holding me down completely, which was really nice. Just trying some things, guys. Yeah, have this twine. You just never know, like, you have things in your like storage, and you can do all these weird things that you didn't think you could. And I can tie it. And okay, that's not the prettiest bow, but this paper is real thin. So let's do some reinforcements of this paper. It doesn't have to be pretty, just yeah, that's honestly, that's it. I hope you guys all have wonderful people like that in your life. We all deserve it. So I'm glad I'm better. And you want to know something? This whole time, like with my husband, and of course even my kid, like, I'm always the one taking care of them. Like, always. Like, I go out of my way, I do the things. I feel like that's very much like a mommy thing to do. But to like see them turn around and like do the things for me, it's very heartwarming, you know? It really truly is. Really grateful. And guys, I gotta say, I was mean. And I have apologized. You can't just be mean to people and not apologize. So, I have apologized to my husband and son for, you know, some attitude I was throwing. But it wasn't because of them. It was honestly just because of the pain. So, here it is. Just gonna re-punch where I punched before. That was my thing. I didn't, and honestly, this can completely still rip, you know? It's like right on the edge. Right on the edge. I guess I didn't make this as dark as I thought I was going to, but yeah. I don't have anything fancy to put on this twine, and that's fine too. Let's just make a nice little bow out of it and then cut the excess off, because it was on that weird thing. It like doesn't want to lay very good. Let's go this way. if I get something better. No. I'll figure that out later. But yeah, that's pretty cool. I like that. And some of this has some symbolism, some of it doesn't, some of it is just because. So let's see what else I want to do. I do have these fun flowers, and I haven't put any flowers down. I love these stamps. I think they're so fun. Like, just throw some stamps down, you know? I like this one too. It's really pretty. I just want to put it here. Ooh, I like it. I really like it. And we have this other washi, which is pretty cool. Let's put this with love, because I have to remember my husband and son did all their caring for me with love and compassion. And where's the book? Okay, so here's the Happy Planner book. It's black and white. And there was something, I like this one, be present in all things. I felt like I had to be incredibly present in my sickness in order to get where I want to be, you know? Like, I feel like my word of the year is change, and I had to go to the depths of like horrendousness, you know? So I feel like it's like almost like a phoenix rising. Like, I'm not saying that I was like some badass or something. It's just when you come from such a dark place, and I had incredibly negative thoughts. I had somebody at one point say, do you think that you're gonna lose your kidney? Which was like another something that I hadn't thought about, you know? And that made me incredibly nervous. Like, that was not something that I have thought about, that I could lose an organ like this moon phase. I guess I probably won't be using it. I don't know if there's anything else that I want to put on this page. I'm gonna have to go in and glue that at some point. I don't know if there's anything else I could honestly do here, unless I put some like fun stuff down here, which I think I am. Oh, this rose, that'll be nice. I love these washi tape stickers. So then I'll write like my whole thing on there, just so I can like remember it, because sometimes you have to go back into that deep, dark, ugly space in order to get to that light and stay in that light. And that's just where I want to be. I want to be incredibly thankful for what I do have. Not move on, but remember, but try not to go back there. The biggest thing I learned was like, you gotta drink a lot of water, guys. Let me put this lantern. I really want the lantern. Gotta drink lots of water. Because and like what's crazy is I had none of the typical symptoms of like my initial UTI. And who knows how long that was in there festering before I even, you know, truly knew. Here or here. No, I don't want to put it over that. My words. But or lantern. I think that's super important. All right, guys, so that's everything. Okay, so that's my junk journaling desk. Like, you see, like, what it gets like when I'm truly in the moment junk journaling. I know I talked during this whole thing, but I just wanted you guys to like see my process. I will just link the shops where I got all of these items. I cannot link each individual thing. There's just way too many. So I apologize for that. We'll link the shops where I got all these items from, which I think is only 2. Temu or Temu, I don't know how you say it, and the washi tape shop. So I'll link those 2. If you like this junk journaling, like smash kind of page and a story time, you should definitely give me a thumbs up, like, subscribe, comment, click the notification so you'll be notified when I post content. Thanks again, and remember to have a beautiful one. Try something new.